Well, listen, we are back in the kitchen and we're creating a nutritious breakfast this morning with KitchenAid because this kitchenware is made for makers. It's for the cooks, the creators, the bakers, the brewers, and the misfits. Now, for the tasters and the tasters, for all those who don't cook to live, but live to cook. We are joined by Aliya Ferguson from Aliya's Vibrant Life to inspire you to live to cook. And what will you... I mean, if I'm looking at these beautiful pieces and ingredients, I think the big question is, Aliya, great to have you here.
Thank you.
What will you be making for us?
Well, today, there's so many beautiful things we can do, but if we're talking about breakfast, we want to try and make sure we're getting in as much nutrition as we can in the shortest period of time, because who wants to spend too much time in the kitchen in the morning?
Exactly.
So I'm going to boss you about, and we're going to make a smoothie.
Oh, yes, please.
So you're going to put your ingredients in this jug here, and this is such a fabulous blender because it's got such a strong motor, you can see, so you can literally blend everything and get all the bits out.
Okay, so we're
always freeze your bananas, by the way, so you get a really nice smooth finish. You're going to add your berries. We're going to add some almonds for extra nutrition. And then we're going to add a little bit of liquid, obviously. We're going to need to soften that all up.
So we're going to do all of that.
That's
and I'm adding
so
some pineapple juice for us and some plain yogurt.
That's right. And you could use a plant-based milk as well. I'm going to make this really, well, I'm going to call it a bread, but actually it's made from almond flour and eggs and cheese, and it is so nutritiously dense. And you can see, I mean, just look at that vibrant color there. It's just so pretty. And how many of your children or family like to eat a courgette, can I just ask? Because
not many,
it's one of those vegetables nobody seems to want to eat. And then again, you know, if you've got this stand mixer, I mean, it's just ridiculously simple, because all you've got to do
is add your ingredients.
Is put all your ingredients. So it really takes all the kind of hassle and thought process out.
Can I make a noise?
You can make a noise. Go for it.
I'm going to go for it. See, now you need to teach me how to...
Okay.
Oh, there we go.
So actually, the great thing about this is that you can control. If you've got bits, you can keep pushing it down and then letting it go so that the heavy bits will sink. And then you get a nice smooth finish. There we go. You can also just flick it to the one side and press play as well.
And then it does it for you.
But I like
being in control.
I like being in control. And there we go.
Fantastic. I'll get this pouring for us.
We don't want it to fly everywhere. The nice thing about this is you can make them the night before, pop them in some glass bottles. Kids can take them to school, husbands can take them to work.
You can
also eat them after gym, you know?
Oh, look at this beautiful smoothie that we just made with such great, wholesome ingredients. And I love that you're making... What are we going to call that? Some breakfast bread?
It's a courgette and almond breakfast bread, or just call it a breakfast bread, I guess.
Okay.
But the nice thing about it is also, if you're not a breakfast person, you can slice it, put it in your lunchbox, take it to work. You can also make it for a picnic. And as I said, because it's made with almond flour and cheese, it's properly nutrient-dense, packed full of protein. And yeah, you can also use plant-based cheese if you want as well. You know, you don't have to use... you see how easy this is?
Yeah. Well, I'm loving already all the tips you're giving us, because you've given us some great smoothie tips. Freezing the bananas, even freezing all the fruit you're going to add, just give it a nice...
Yes, well, if you think about it, the motor's going to heat everything up, really, so that you want to make sure everything's as cold as possible to get that nice, smooth mouthfeel. There we go. And yeah, the nice thing about this bowl as well is it doubles up as like a Dutch oven when you're baking bread. I mean, you get this really nice crisp finish when you're actually baking your bread.
So this can go in the oven?
Yeah, this can go in the oven. This is a fabulous Christmas gift, by the way. This, especially if you have a mom who loves being in the kitchen but maybe hasn't gotten into bread baking yet. This is really fabulous because it kind of just gives you the impetus to start actually baking bread. I've been using it non-stop in my home at the moment, much to my waistline's great dismay, I'm afraid. Might have to put it away a little bit just before Christmas, but there we go. So it's just so easy, you know, you can mix it up. I'm just going to move that out of the way.
Give it a little bit of a twist, and there we
go.
There
and then we can pop it in here. It takes 35 minutes in the oven, this bread, and that's it. And it will keep for up to 4 days, if it will last up to 4 days.
If it will last that long.
And yeah, you can, as I said, you can have it throughout the course of the day. It doesn't even have to be just for breakfast. but we love it for breakfast.
Oh, we do love it for breakfast. And we love having you here in studio. Thank you, Aliya, for joining us
Such a
and showing
pleasure.
us these delicious recipes with KitchenAid. And it really has ignited some creativity this morning. And there is endless possibilities using these appliances. Of course, if you want to get your hands on the recipes we've done, we always put these on our website. It's available at expressoshow.com. Aliya, that looks great.
Yeah, fabulous.